The moment I fell in love with music and the moment I wanted to become a musician was when I first heard this tune by Jimi Hendrix called Hey Baby, New Rising Sun. I discovered this cassette in my dad's stereo, and he had a few that looked like this, sort of this cheap cover art, and they have this similar style design on the spine and with the track listings, all different, records that he had. And this was from a cassette club, similar in the 90s when you would see in the Sunday paper, you know, 10 CDs for a penny or whatever it was. And then every week or whatever, they would mail you a new CD for $200. I don't know what it was. I never did it. But I think this was the same sort of deal with cassettes in the 1970s. This tune, Hey Baby, New Rising Sun, is so raw and emotional and just such beautiful playing. It reminds me a lot of the very famous story of the Charlie Parker recording of Loverman from his time in California when he had his sort of drug withdrawals, nervous breakdown that got him admitted to the Camarillo drug rehab facility. So that's a very famous story. Maybe for another time we'll listen to Loverman. But this tune was recorded in the studio sort of as a jam where Billy Cox on bass and Mitch Mitchell on drums were sort of feeling out the form of this new tune Jimmy was working on. It appears on some live concerts from 1970, and this is the definitive version, although it wasn't finished at all. It's just the single guitar. There's even some studio banter in the microphone, and it was really a work in progress. It illustrates Jimmy's genius to such a degree, how beautiful his guitar sounds, his time is great, and the tune is just so interesting and compelling, a great story in the lyrics, and just a beautiful sounding tune. Overall, my most favorite piece of music of anything I've ever listened to. This was really my first lesson in how to be a composer with the guitar. The tune has these really interesting different sections, different textures that are used, feels, it kind of changes tempo, and I don't know, I just can't say enough about it. It really, every time I listen to it, it just really hits me.